All right.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Welcome to the Happy Healthy Mommy Talk Show.
Yes, welcome. I'm Esther Noeli.
And I am Connie Rivera. I am a business coach and an HB Naturals consultant.
Yes, and I'm your Happy Healthy Realtor here with Happy Healthy Mommy.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We got such a great lineup for you today. I'm so excited again. We have a lot of stuff going on, but we want to share for everybody who's coming on. Our mission here is to help mommies live their, happiest, healthiest lives physically and financially, and that's what we're here for. We're here to say it's okay to put yourself first. You don't have to feel, it's okay to feel guilty, but no, man, put yourself first.
Absolutely. That's exactly what this is about. It's about just putting mommies first. Putting mommies first. Yes, we had a fantastic show last week. That was so much fun. Last week we had Loretta Wetzel, and she was talking about the powers and pillars of positivity. That was fantastic. I loved it. That was a great show.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome. Yep.
If you haven't had an opportunity to join our Facebook group, we have a group. It's the Happy Healthy Mommy Club. And in the group, we are walking our 10,000 steps. We're encouraging each other. Every day, we're looking at different opportunities, how to make our lives easier, a little bit better. And we're encouraging each other there. And at the end of the month, every month, we have a big giveaway. So we have a giveaway. So this month, if you join our Facebook group, it is Happy Healthy Mommy Club. I'm going to go ahead and put the link on here so that you can see it. Get the thingy here.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are now have a YouTube channel also. So exciting.
Yes, and here is the Happy Healthy Mommy Club. And that is our group. Join our group. And then as a new member, you will be put on the wheel at the end of the month. And if you invite friends as well, your new friends will be put on the wheel as well. And this month, new people joining the group will be put on the wheel to win special prizes and gifts. And the person that invited you will also get a gift. So you get a gift, and the person that invited you gets a gift too. So I'm super excited about that.
Yay! Yay! Awesome. So exciting. A lot of great stuff going on. Again, I'm Esther Noeli, your Happy Healthy Realtor.
And I am Connie Rivera. I'm a business coach, and I am an HBN executive consultant.
Yes, and our mission here is to help mommies be happy, healthy, physically and financially, and to live their best life ever. And that's why we bring on awesome guests, and we have awesome clean products. We want to thank our sponsor, HBN Naturals, for always sponsoring our awesome talk show here. So we're going to go a little bit into our product of the day, right, for the week.
Product of the week. Let me get that for you, Esther, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Yes. So we are going to talk about So I'm really excited because I got my Love Your Liver box, and So is part of it. And it's part of the trilogy that we're talking about this month. So has a very, as you could see, it's, there's a couple of things from the thing. It says, although inflammation has been known to play a role in a lot of diseases like asthma, arthritis, Crohn's disease, Dr. Tanya Edwards, director of the Center of Integrative Medicine, says that Alzheimer's disease, cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol levels, and Parkinson's disease may all be related to chronic inflammation in the body. Dr. Edward writes that inflammation is now recognized as the underlying basis for a number of the diseases that's going on. So is packed with chlorophyll-rich, alkalizing green superfoods and ancient Ayurvedic herbs known to support the liver and kidneys. So as everybody knows, I'm going through fatty liver right now, processed, non-alcoholic, all right? Just want to put that out there. And so I'm so happy. So when I got my Love Your Liver box, So is part of it. I did put the price on there. It's $4.95 for a member. And sorry, just right here. It is also great. So, I also want to say that it is very important. That's why So So it's an important part of this triology that we're promoting this month through our sponsor. Maintaining a healthy pH balance and supporting detoxification through the liver is your first step to controlling inflammation. And So is packed with chlorophyll-rich, alkalizing green superfoods and the ancient Ayurvedic herbs known to support the liver and kidneys. The link between pH balance, the gut, and inflammation explains why the first things customers notice when taking So is to increase energy and fewer food cravings. So is it's great. I'm gonna go over some of the key highlights in So. This time I always talk about them, but it's nice to see a picture of it, so that way you can put a picture with what the ingredient is, right? I'm a visual person, so I like pictures. It has more ingredients. They're all organic. Again, we do vegan, non-GMO, all that good stuff. This is one of it. Did I skip one? I thought I had the other one. Let me see. Oh, that's right. Okay, so one of the highlighted ingredients is Phyllanthus neruri, also known as chanca piedra or stonebreaker. It helps promote healthy liver action and kidney health by preventing the formation of calcium oxalate crystals, which can cause the kidney stones. That sometimes those are very painful, especially in men. Okay, I mean, and women as well. It's painful. And has been used for hundreds of years as an herbal remedy for kidney stones, viral infections, liver disorders, bacterial infections, and many other ailments. It also has been ringray, sometimes called false daisy. It has long been used in the Ayurvedic medicine, primarily as a liver tonic. So it offers the potential of reducing inflammation, lessening anger, reducing pain, lowering blood sugar, soothing the stomach as a diuretic, and stimulating the immune system. So these are just two of the herbs. We're going to go into four more actually. The gudushi, also known as the amaret, is one of the most valued herbs in the Ayurvedic medicine. It is highly regarded for its rejuvenating, immune boosting, you know what's going on around the world, ladies and gentlemen, detoxifying and anti-remetic properties. Additionally, it was shown in the clinical study to play an important role in normalizing liver function. Again, people with fatty livers, this is your product. That's why it's part of my Love Your Liver box that I just got in my order. But right now we're talking about So. Specifically, these ingredients are all in one product called So. I'll show it to you again. Curcumin, which is turmeric. I think that's Connie's favorite ingredient of this product and all products. So curcumin and other chemicals in turmeric might decrease swelling inflammation. Because of this, turmeric may be beneficial for treating conditions that involve inflammation. This, according to WebMD, turmeric can be used for a variety of concerns ranging from arthritis and fatigue to irritable bowel symptoms and liver problems. Great. One of the other two more ingredients in it, known as, Teferosa purpurea, known as, sorry, I forgot to put my phone on. It's another herb used in treatment of liver cirrhosis and splenomegaly. I YouTube that to make sure I would say it right. It's splenomegaly. So it's a disease of the spleen or over massive of spleen, like bigger spleen. It supports a healthier liver, kidneys, blood, and heart, and may assist the body with healing wounds. Everybody knows I fall and I have a lot of wounds, so I'm so excited. It has been used in the treatment of leprosy, ulcers, asthma, and tumors, as well as diseases of the liver, spleen, heart, and blood. And finally, one of the most highlighted last ingredients of this product called So. So all these superfoods, all these ingredients are in this product. Is Nergandi. Nergandi, also known as the 5-leaved chastity tree, is used in Ayurvedic medicine to relieve pain and assist with digestion, liver health, and respiratory conditions. It is known for its antihistamine and muscle relaxing properties. It acts as a mild analgesic. Oh, I know, I pronounced it wrong, sorry. When applied topically and may assist with sound sleep. So again, these are just some of the products in this awesome packed all in this little package for $49.95 called So. We have a whole, at the end, I'm going to give you the website where you can go order it from. And there's a lot of testimonials, but I wanted to share some testimonials because we're always saying we have them, like, and that there's testimonials. But, do you guys really go and look at them? No, we're going to show them to you here right now. So we had Aileen S. say, I have to say I have chronic pain, depression, and other stuff. If I forget my soul, I feel it. When I remember I have less, when I remember it, like when the day she takes it, she has less to no pain, less to no depression, more motivation and energy. And she says, yay to soul. Then we have Haley De La Rue. Use the soul for our eggs, salad, sandwiches, and it tastes fantastic. So there's many ways to take this product. You could take it as a shot, or you can add it to your food. I mean, that's how she uses it. So these are great testimonials. We also have Nicole Benson-Thera said she uses our Triology. That's what we're talking about, plus the Nourish and the Slimmer. So what she does is she copied some ideas because, again, we have an HBN Naturals hub where you can go and get ideas of how to use the products and what it has done for people and help them with their personal problems. So she puts all 4 mixes in a container: Soul, Mind, Body, Nourish, and Slimmer. It's actually 5. 4 scoops, and then scoops under the big old scoops. They're little teaspoons like you see there in the picture right here. In her water bottle with her brewed Vitality, and drinks it all by one. She has so much energy, absolutely no cravings for sweet things or anything really. Never been so regular in my life. So she goes to the bathroom regularly. That's great. I know a lot of people have constipation issues and stuff. So these are just some testimonials that we have that I wanted to share with you so you could see that these products are being used by real people with real results, and that's the best thing you want. And again, these products have no added sugar, so that's why they do recommend sometimes if you wanted to have a different taste, well, then you could add it to your juice, or you decide how much sugar you're going to put into it. I just, like my sister, we eat it raw. We drink it, eat it, right? We drink it raw because that's just, we want to avoid our heritage of diabetic that we have in our family, so we don't add to it. Again, this is a great product. Thank you, HBN Naturals. This is the website that you can order it at. If you want any, more than welcome to. It's a great product. But like I said, we have a great show again. There you go. Let me take that out, Connie. So Soul is such a great product. I forgot to show it. I do have it, and we got samples too. You could try a little sample of it. Again, just a little shot. Put it in there, or you could mix it in your protein shakes that you take, and it's just good for the body, good for your liver. That's your liver love box. So if you have any questions, write them in our comments. And even if you're watching this on replay, feel free to comment, and we'll get the answers, back to you. We'll answer them back to you. So great stuff, Connie, right?
Yeah, so that's one of my favorites. That one is one of my favorites, because it has the turmeric in it, and it helps with because I suffered for a lot of years with lower back pain and with knee issues. Oh my goodness, just this inflammation in my knees. And since I've been using this product, it has helped me so much.
Yes.
So much. This last year, since this time last year, and we also celebrate an anniversary, Esther.
Oh, yes.
We've been together promoting wellness and happy, healthy momminess for 1 year this month.
1 year. Yes. 1 year. Can never forget it because it's during our birthday month.
It is. We were just like, birthday girls. Woo!
Yes. Happy belated birthday to myself.
Yes. Esther's birthday was yesterday. Woo-hoo! Baby. Are you in the Big 4 club?
I'm in the Big 4 club now.
Hey! Welcome to the club, honey. It's all fantastic from here. It's fantastic at 40. It's all fantastic from here. Te lo prometo.
Yeah, but with all this stuff in my body, I feel like my body is like 30 years old.
Yes, exactly. I'm 46 this month.
Great.
46 this month. So look.
We're good.
Yes. So you know what? You know what? I have one regret.
No. Let's not talk about regret.
One.
Positive.
One. I wish I would have started this sooner.
Oh yeah.
Taking my health on sooner. I suffered so many years unnecessarily. I suffered years without going on a road trip for more than an hour because I would be in so much pain from my knees that would lock up from the stiffness and from my lower back. Yeah. And then I have not suffered. Like, I've taken the measures this year to really take on my health and pain management and alleviating all of that. And it has helped us. It has helped so much. The water challenges.
Yeah. Drinking more water is just so good
Yeah,
for your body.
like and those different types of activities. You know what I'm thinking, Esther? I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe in April we'll do a water challenge.
Yeah, let's do a water challenge again. I'm down for that.
Yeah, let's do it in April. Let's do a big water challenge with a bunch of prizes, and we can get on live and just promote the water, just drinking water, like health, right?
Yes.
So that's what I'm looking at. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow some more.
Yeah.
But yes, so I'm super excited, Esther. We have a fantastic guest. And for those who are coming on and joining us, my name is Connie Rivera. I'm a business coach and I am an HBN Naturals executive consultant.
And my name is Esther Noli. I'm your Happy Healthy Realtor. And I also am part of the Happy Healthy Mommy group.
Yes, and that's our commitment. It was so super cool because last week Loretta was talking to us and she was just like, you have to speak those things as though they are. Do I always feel happy? No. Am I committed to being happy? Yes.
Yes. Our mission here is to help mommies be happy and healthy physically and financially and to live their best life ever. So remember, remember to share, like, and subscribe. And again, thank you, HBN. We're very happy with our clean products because plants over pills, right? And then and that's what I want to introduce next is our Dr. Yanez, Nicole Yanez, that she is great. She is awesome. She is here to support our Happy Healthy Mommy group and to support our health journey. She is a great dear friend of mine too, who I mean, if you want to see nice, this is the nicest person you'll ever meet. We love you, Nicole. We thank you so much and appreciate you taking, your time to guide us in the right direction of, product knowledge, what it is, why it is. Like, I know that our last segment, what our brain tells us sometimes. So we're so happy that you're here with us. So I'm gonna let you take it over for now, and so you could do your presentation. Thank you, Nicole.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. I'm going to share my screen with everyone and get started. I know our last month was awesome. And so I'm hoping to share a little bit more nitty gritty, some real good specifics that people can just feel like they're getting started tonight, tomorrow. So this is our part 2. Thank you. I always like to say thank you for your time. Anyone that's tuning in live or if you watch the video later, thank you for your time because your time is the most valuable thing that you have. So speaking of time, the 2 components I kind of wanted to start with this month is time and money. As a physician working with a lot of different patients trying to lose weight, I start to see a pattern. And that pattern is the combination, the role that time and money plays with weight loss. Number one, time at the forefront, because the average American spends, depending on which research you're looking at, they spend approximately 33 minutes per day preparing, cleaning up meals. That's total. That's a grand total. Some individuals spend as little as 11 minutes per day. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just part of kind of how things are set up in our culture and in our life at the stage that we're in at that moment. So some people are juggling, work, children, commute times, being a house manager, which is just so much work, so much time in and of itself. And so it doesn't leave a lot of time for meal preparation. And that's where we can end up just doing a lot of fast food. So that's just something that if you're watching this and listening to this and feel like I just don't have enough time, or you feel guilty because you're not making time for your kids to eat, a more healthy, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer diet, don't feel guilty. There's control, and don't feel like you have to Martha Stewart, 3 hours of cooking a day. Hopefully I can help you, and hopefully I can share some resources that can help you find that sweet spot. I do think that it is important that when you're deciding, okay, that's it, I'm gonna stop gaining weight, I think it's really important to reflect, like, how much time do I have right now? And everybody's different. Maybe you're about to retire or get a different job. So maybe you're about to have a little bit more time, and you want to focus on, doing a lot more meals and things like that. Or maybe you're like, right now I just don't have the time. I literally have 30 minutes total for the whole day to prepare those meals. Then as long as you kind of know where you're at, it's really going to help guide this weight loss journey. And like, how flexible is your schedule, right? Some people say, Monday through Thursday, I just don't have the time. But on the weekends, I do have more time. I want to make it fun with my kids. I just don't know where to start. So maybe you have a flexible schedule. Certain days of the week are a little bit more flexible. And then asking yourself, do I want to wake up earlier? Do I want to do, Sunday night meal prep? Just really kind of being honest with yourself and thinking about, what can I stick with? If you know that family parties are going to start up again with COVID easing up, or you're going to be taking, trips to the zoo or doing more, and you're just not going to have time, then be honest with yourself and then make that plan accordingly. So this is just expanding on that a little bit more. I think thinking about, if you want to do more meal preparation, just knowing that you have to, research your recipes, make sure your grocery list, you have everything you need, preparing those meals, cleaning up. And what I like to advise people is, don't grocery shop without having kind of specific meals in mind, because then we just start randomly putting things in our cart. And what happens is we're like, okay, I'm going to be healthy. And you go to the grocery store and then you're like, oh my gosh, I just spent $120. And it's like mishmash. It's food that's healthy. It's food that you like, but it might either take a long time, some raw beets. And you're like, yeah, beets are healthy. I need beets. But then you never cook what you bought and spent so much money, and some farmer, worked so hard to farm that produce, and then you just feel guilty and you start, dumping things in the garbage. That's, I don't wish that for anybody. Doesn't help anybody get healthier. So that's why I tell people, once you're kind of on this path and you're committed, kind of before you grocery shop, go with a plan, and the plan being like honest with your time that you're going to have for that upcoming week or 2 weeks. Don't spend money that's outside of your budget and then later stress over it and regret it, and then you're stress eating, because that will also, offset the benefits of starting a healthier lifestyle. You don't have to spend a crazy amount of money. You don't have to be 100% organic. Just little sustainable changes that you can stick with is how, this is going to work for you. And then careful with overdoing the food. I have, a lot of patients are like, I'm eating healthier. I have like half a pineapple every day now with my green juice, or my jugo verde, or, they just get really excited over fruit. They're like, I don't like eating healthy, but I can eat a lot of fruit. And I love fruit myself, but fruit does have a lot of natural sugars, and it's not as filling long-term as protein is. And we also always need the fiber to keep our guts happy and healthy. So you want to keep the balance of things and not overdo one item. The next thing I wanted to just touch on was portions and emotions. A lot of times patients, some are really wanting to educate themselves. They're like, I want to know what macros are. I want to count calories. I just want to almost be a nutritionist. I really, really want, to get into this. And that's great if they have the time and the patience. That is awesome. But some patients are like, just tell me like something very basic to get started. I'm not going to count calories. I'm not going to just have time to really learn the intricacies of nutrition. And so a lot of times when I say, when they're coming from that standpoint, I say, you can do what some people refer to as like a 25, 25, 50, or what I think of as like four fists of food, which is kind of like the average. I mean, some of us have bigger fists than others. But I usually just think of, a small fist of vegetables, small fist of grains, and then, maybe 2 fists of protein. The protein doesn't have to be, red meat, doesn't have to be chicken and steak. Of course, there are a lot of other options. And then again, you don't have to say, I want to be healthy, I want to lose weight, I'm just going to go vegan, I'm going to go vegetarian, because that's another extreme that if it's not sustainable, then you won't stick with it, and then we end up feeling guilty. So you want to stick with things. So that's just a basic rough guideline. When even myself, when I serve myself, because sometimes I want that giant mound of rice, especially if it's like Puerto Rican rice, some deliciousness. You're just like, oh, just give me the whole plate of rice. But you have to be strong and love yourself and in portions. Of course, we're going to treat ourselves once in a great while, but generally speaking, the fist of vegetables, fist of grains, 2 fists of protein. And then when I think of portions, I also think of extra bites. So just kind of helping patients as they're getting started, the weight loss journey, is just thinking about those extra bites. Sometimes we order something from a restaurant, or we serve ourselves, and then there comes a point sometimes where we're full and we just take those last 2 bites because that's all that's left on the plate. We don't want to throw it away. We don't want someone to feel bad, or just out of habit. We're like, I always eat, a full sandwich, so that's what I'm going to eat. A lot of times, if you're eating more than what your body needs, energy-wise, those extra bites translate to just like ounces, and it might not be pounds, it's just ounces, but that's how we gain weight. That's our body just constantly wants to gain weight. And that's how we become overweight. That's how we get there. It's just those few extra bites here and there. And then also kind of our food choices, of course. Not all food is created equal. Not all calories are created equal. As I mentioned in the first group, and definitely just starting to become aware of how emotions can affect our portion size. So definitely when we're stressed, we might eat more carbohydrates. Sleep deprivation can sometimes increase, cravings for things like donuts and just all kinds of carbs, fried carbs. And sometimes we increase our portion size also like seeking comfort. Maybe it's your mom's pozole and you don't get to have it regularly, or it's just something that has some type of like comfort factor to it. And so, we're stressed out and we're just like, this is just going to make me feel so good. I'll just have another bowl, or I'll have a dessert, even though it's lunch and on a Wednesday, and I shouldn't really be having dessert with my lunch on a Wednesday, but I just got an argument with someone and I just need to wind down. So I think just starting to become aware of how we do that and how often we do that will help a lot with the portions. And the next thing I wanted to touch on today was the role of exercise. So a lot of patients, when they're starting this weight loss journey, they want to start hitting the exercise hard. They start spending money on, expensive exercise machines or gym membership. And that can be great if it's something that you can stick with. If you find that like you're going to always be excited and motivated and stick with it, I think it's great, because exercise is great for stress management. And if you are managing your stress better, then you're going to not stress eat. So it definitely can help in that sense. And it's also, known to be good for cardiovascular health, and a lot of reasons why we are, trying to eat better and lose weight and maintain a healthy weight is because we want to live our fullest life that we can live. And up until our last day, we want to still be, walking, going to the bathroom on our own and, functioning as best as we can. And I think exercise also helps to do that. Maintain a healthy weight also helps to do that. So it's all part of the same goal. Obviously, it can increase energy. I just warn patients, careful not to treat your workout. So a lot of times, we do workout like, okay, I'm gonna have like 2 margaritas when I go out with my friends because of this workout, or, I just worked out. So yeah, I'll have myself a turtle ice cream sundae, extra whipped cream or something. It was such a hard workout. Just be very careful, because this is something very common, something we all do. And it's not healthy, because sometimes you're consuming more calories and unhealthy calories that just kind of almost cancels out what was just done. Careful when importing those exercises into apps. So I know there's a lot of great apps. MyFitnessPal is one that I have used personally. And I just never put my exercise in there, because it just skews things, and it tells you can consume more calories because you're always doing this amount of exercise. And sometimes maybe you didn't burn that amount of calories. So I just tend to, the exercise is for me, and I don't really mix the two. And obviously consult with your healthcare provider if you have any type of medical conditions or need to follow a specific diet. Then before doing anything extreme, definitely touch base with your healthcare provider and start slow and something that you can keep up forever. One of the most important things, probably the number one thing that's important from this whole presentation, is right now deciding to put the brakes on the weight gain. Just, taking some time. I feel like this is a very philosophical, emotional presentation, but really just taking the time to just okay, close your eyes and just meditate and just think about how important it is to just stop the weight gain. Because and not that it's so easy and it's just a matter of willpower. It's not that easy, but the body, the brain, so many things are just on that forward trend of weight gain, right? And we see it, with our parents, we see it with our grandparents, we see it with our aunts and uncles. And we just see it's just as you get older, it's just so hard to maintain a healthy weight, and you're just kind of on that momentum. And so I do think it's good to just, even if you do that and you don't lose any weight, but you don't gain any more weight than from where you're at, that is giving yourself a gift. That is really self-care. I know a lot of patients have different views of their scale, the actual act of weighing themselves. And I respect that, but I do think it is important to know where you're at. You don't have to weigh yourself every day. In the beginning, I used to tell my patients, weigh yourself every day, because I find that what helps is they're like, wow, I was doing good. I was losing half a pound almost every day. And then the weekend came, and then it was all these tacos, and then a couple drinks or a couple beers. And I literally gained everything back in half a pound. So that really helped me realize I can't do that, because that one day kind of throws off the flow of the whole week. And I still like that for a lot of patients, just kind of being really aware of where you are. But some patients have anxiety, and that anxiety of, that weighing them can just almost cause more stress and distress. And that is not what we want, for our happy, healthy mommies. And so I think it's good to know where you are. If it stresses you out, don't do it daily. If you're a numbers person and it's going to motivate you, then do it. Then write it down, see where you're at, and just, promise yourself, okay, this is the number. Obviously, if you've gained 2 pounds, you're like, okay, I know what happened. I'm going to undo it, but just, roughly where you are right now, saying, okay, I'm going to protect this. And then not being hard on yourself that, this whole process is an all or nothing. I either gotta go hardcore and be 100% and, be losing 5 pounds a week, or just do whatever I want because I'm failing at the whole weight loss diet thing. Don't be so hard on yourself. Sometimes it's going to be a very gradual thing and it's not going to be 100%, but don't kind of just let it all go just, because you had a couple of unhealthy weeks, because it is hard to maintain. I showed this picture in the first segment, and I just like to reference it because we're kind of almost all on this path, you know, even if it's not yo-yo dieting, but just kind of that gradual, like through different, you know, life experiences, you know, stress, pregnancies, just a lot of different things, and just kind of gradually in that momentum. So like I said, just putting the brakes is huge for self-care, for weight management. I wanted to not forget to talk about medication, just because I do think it's very important for a lot of patients out there. I think it's a resource that so many people are candidates for, and they don't know it, or they know it and they don't know where to get help, or they go and they seek out help and the person they're asking for help doesn't know how to help them. So I did want to talk about that today, because some people are really hard on themselves, and maybe their BMI is very high, and they've tried everything, you know, they've tried everything, and they are just like, I can't do it alone. I really need some help. This is not just, oh, I need to, you know, eat more vegetables. I just really need a lot of help from different angles, right? And so there are people that are definitely candidates for medication. Majority of physicians are not formally trained in weight management. So when I did medical school, there was not a formal, you know, education in terms of the different medications to manage weight loss specifically. It wasn't until residency that I worked with a specialist who's been doing this for a very long time, and he was able to educate me and teach me, and then I felt confident and comfortable prescribing some of the medications that are available. So of course you're asking yourself, who's a good candidate? I already know I'm a good candidate. A lot of patients, you know, they come in confident, like, I know I'm a good candidate for medication. Who is a good candidate? It is really multifactorial. You really have to meet, you know, with your doctor, your healthcare provider, and sit down so they can go over your whole medical history, your blood pressure, what do your vitals look like, just the whole package. But generally speaking, someone that, you know, is obese and has struggled with weight loss is, you know, starting to work on it. Maybe you're working on it with them as a provider, and you've just had a really hard time losing weight in the past. No blood pressure issues, no glaucoma issues, no hyperthyroidism. Hypothyroidism is very common, but hyperthyroidism can be a contraindication for some of the medications. So in general, you definitely have to see your doctor. I can't give you a short list of who's a candidate, but usually if you're obese and you've struggled and you're generally healthy, you might be a good candidate. How do you get a prescription? How do you get it confirmed that you are a candidate? So a lot of times I recommend people call your insurance and, you know, be pushy and really get on the phone with someone and say, you know, I want information about providers that are in network that have weight management resources. There are some facilities, for example, Northwestern, they have a doctor, a psychologist, a nutritionist. They have this whole team of people that can really help you from the different angles. And that is amazing. And then also asking the insurance, what type of coverage do they have for weight loss medication, nutritional counseling, so meeting with a nutritionist. And so maybe they say, well, you know, we don't cover any weight loss medication. We do cover nutritional counseling. Great, I'll take it. Who's in network can get started that way, and then obviously get your referral. What if you are a candidate and the medication options are too expensive? So this I see a lot. Why? Because the majority of insurances do not fully cover medication. Unfortunately, extremely unfortunately, a lot of insurance companies feel that obesity and weight management, that it's strictly cosmetic. And so they do not cover the medication. The medications themselves can be very expensive. There are two medications that I use with my patients that either are underinsured or uninsured, or their insurance provides no coverage for the medication, which is very, very common. And there are medications I'm sure you've heard of phentermine. I know a lot of people are familiar with it. It's not fen-phen. I know they sound similar, so a lot of patients are kind of worried. Even physicians are very worried in terms of, are we trying to help someone lose weight and we're hurting their heart? Obviously, physicians want to do no harm. That's our goal, is to help people. And so that's why we weigh the risks and the benefits. But the phentermine is a medication that's very old. I believe it's been around since about 1970. And a lot of providers use it as a long-term medication, even though when it was originally studied, it was only studied for 12 weeks, for 3 months. So if it is something you end up talking, it's just a whole conversation that you have with your provider. You establish a relationship and you make a plan how long you want to use it, obviously what symptoms to look out for. Sometimes providers will layer in Topamax, which is a different medication. It's a seizure medication, but they saw that a side effect was weight loss with that medication. And so sometimes in like a very, very small dose, it can help patients lose weight, especially when it's combined with the phentermine. So I'm not saying you should take this medication or you have to take this medication. It's just something I do want to touch on, because sometimes there's a stigma to taking medication for weight loss. And it's almost like, don't talk about it. Amongst patients, they tell me, oh, my sister-in-law found out I'm taking it, and now she's telling everybody that I'm doing drugs to lose weight, and I can't do it the old-fashioned way, or I'm lazy, I don't want to work out. And a lot of times people are just ignorant to the fact of how hard it is to lose weight once it's there. And that this is a disease. This is a medical illness. This is something that we know is related to and feeds a lot of cancers. And so this is not a cosmetic situation. And so I often tell patients, if you do end up taking medication, you might want to keep it private, because, share it with someone that you trust, because there can be that stigma amongst patients. And then sometimes there is even the stigma with healthcare providers, if they weren't trained with the medication and they see maybe someone's been taking it longer term than the original study, the 12 weeks. Is that reckless? Is that dangerous? And so sometimes, we as healthcare providers also have to, be aware this is a disease. And just like all the other pills that are prescribed every day, no pill is 100% innocent. They all have their risks and their contraindications. And so we always have to take that into consideration, just really get the whole picture and think about, is this the smart option? Is this the option that's in the best interest of your health, of your wellness, your spirit, everything? So I did want to touch on that. I did want to spend some time on that. And if anyone has questions at the end, I'm very open to it, because I want to get rid of that stigma and let people know that there are more options than just, oh, you gotta eat less and exercise more. It's not that easy. I also wanted to get into specific resources independent of insurance. So books, a book I'm actually reading is this book. It's 6 Factors to Fit. And actually so I'm not sponsored by anyone or anything. Nobody gives me money. But this is Dr. Kushner and Nancy Kushner and Dawn. It's with Dawn Jackson Blattner, and it's in the presentation here. But this is actually who I trained with for 2 months. And this is one of his newer books that I hadn't read. And what I love about his approach to weight loss, and he's been doing weight loss for decades. What I love about his approach is that it's not extreme. It's not something that you can't sustain. It's not something you can't stick with. And he really starts off his book with a quiz, so you can kind of see, why are you in the situation that you're in? Like, why are the scale just going up, and it really breaks down, because it's not the same for everyone. We're gaining weight for different reasons. And then he helps you to go after that why in a very practical, straightforward manner. And it's a very good book. And so that's what I'm currently reading. And then also in terms of recipes and diet. So I am not a huge fan of like, let's start a crazy diet. Like, let's do intermittent fasting and you're never going to have breakfast again. Just because if it works for you, then it's been working for you. But what I have seen with patients is they're not able to sustain that type of a diet. So I'm always looking for something that is sustainable. I like just kind of incorporating healthy foods into the diet. So the two diets that I am a fan of are the Mediterranean diet. And so that is just, every year we're always, testing and looking into different diets, and Mediterranean diet is always kind of up there for weight loss. And so, and it's has a lot of similarities to the anti-inflammatory diet, which I've been, reading more on. And it's very similar. You're looking at, your fatty, healthy fish, your nuts, your vegetables, lots of vegetables. And what I love is they can be really quick and easy dishes. Doesn't have to be this extravagant meal. And I'll get into more of these two diets. But if you're like, I'm going to go on Pinterest right now and I'm just going to look up diets and recipes, those are the two that if I'm going to recommend something. YouTubers, it's hard to recommend someone on YouTube because you never know what they're gonna new content they're gonna release, and maybe you're not a fan of it. But there's someone that I've personally been following a lot, and she really has helped me a lot with recipes because I'm trying to do more of an anti-inflammatory diet just because of the autoimmune diseases in my family and some like arthritis that wants to like creep in. And so just looking to increase the anti-inflammatory meals that we eat. And hers are very easy, and she's not vegetarian, she's not vegan. She likes her meat, she likes her chicken. I made her recipe today, the cilantro lime chicken. And it's easy. There's not a lot of ingredients. It's nothing expensive. She also has some good lifestyle videos. So she's someone that I feel comfortable recommending. And then in terms of what is an anti-inflammatory diet, so I'll just, it's very extensive, but I'll just do a general overview is Dr. Wheel has an anti-inflammatory food pyramid. So if you just go to his website, it's free, it's visual. So if you're very visual like me, just kind of look at that pyramid at the bottom. It tells you what you can eat a lot of, and then maybe a little bit less, and just the once in a while sweet treats at the top. And so the pyramid is just like a general representation, but you can look into, there's more books that go into more detail in terms of what foods to avoid because they do provoke inflammation in the gut of a lot of people. So that is one resource. And then I mentioned the Downshiftology YouTube. And again, I don't have sponsorship or relationships with any of the things I'm mentioning today. You're going to get a lot of ginger, turmeric, salmon, mushrooms, things of that nature. Rough protein calculations we can go into next week because I feel like protein is its own beast. Again, we spoke on MyFitnessPal last week. This is a thank you slide that my daughter she made for us. So I just wanted to share that.
I love it.
She just whipped it up. Yeah, she just whipped that up really quickly. She put a little smiley face. So yeah, thank you everyone for your time, your attention. Any questions? Let me know.
All right, let's check to see. We don't have any questions right now.
Okay.
But Dr. Nicole, thank you so much for being here and being such a support. And I absolutely love it. I love bringing in all the different natural aspects to it. And one thing that I appreciate about when you come, you talk about the whole roundness of it. Because losing weight is not about, okay, well, just eat less. Okay, just exercise. Well, if I could do that, I would have done that. Like,
yes.
It's like dealing with the whole human being, the whole person of it. It's like, what is it that you're dealing with? What are the emotions that have you to grab something else and eat something else? And like, so that's what I appreciate about you when you come on. You talk about all of it. Like, when you get upset, what do you grab?
Yeah. Yeah. And we have to break that cycle because we all do it because it's so easy, and sometimes
It's so hard to break.
It is so
Right.
hard. It's hard.
Right. And you know what, Dr. Nicole, I would love the next time you come on, if you can talk about like what different things that we can do in social environments when it comes to eating.
Yes. Yeah. That's a great. Yeah.
You know, like, particularly as Latinos, everything has to have food.
Yes.
Starch. Everything has that starch.
Fries.
And
all with arroz and
everything
tortillas.
fries, everything tortillas. Yes, so it's like, and then like dealing with the different social aspects of it, of like how to bring all of that in, especially like for events, because summer's coming, the picnics are coming, right, and the vaccines are coming, so people are going to be hanging out more. Right? So people are going to be hanging out more. There's going to be more human interaction, right? So it's like, how do we deal with these different spaces, right? Like the wholeness of it. I have a trip planned at the end of April to Puerto Rico. So there's going to be a whole lot of everything.
Oh, yes.
So how do I set myself up, you know, to not eat the capurrias? I'm not going to eat the capurrias. I'm not not to eat all the fried food, not to, because, and it's not that I don't love it, because I freaking love it.
Yes, I know.
It me hace daño and it makes me sick.
Yeah.
It really does. And I'm right now at 45, going into 46 this month. I'm really taking on what my body is telling me. My grandmother is of a mature age. I'm not allowed to talk about, because if I say her age, she gets upset. One time, I was like, "How old are you?" She was like, "How dare you ask me such ridiculous questions?" She stopped talking to me for 2 months. So, ridícula, pero that's no, she's not ridícula. She's my mamita, right? So, but she deals with Crohn's disease. And then I have a cousin that deals with Crohn's disease, and nothing near what I'm experiencing is what the pain that they experience with their bodies, and what things that they eat or don't eat, and what the pain that they're experiencing. And I've got really present to my body doesn't like certain foods no more. It doesn't like to eat at a certain time. It doesn't like this, and it's like feels uncomfortable. And it's like, I'm not claiming the disease in my family, but I am saying that at this age right now, like right exactly where I am, is just paying attention to like, body, what are you telling me? Right? It's like, no te gusta, no, sí, no, like, and particularly for that, because my grandmother suffers so much. And there's no cure for Crohn's. No. And my cousin goes through that as well, and there's no cure for it. And it's just like, it's just to be dealt with. So I'm really taking on listening to my body. And
that is amazing, because we don't know when or why or how exactly these autoimmune diseases turn on. We do know that there's a genetic component, and I feel like I don't know exactly what the data is in terms of prevalence, but I just feel like they are more and more and more prevalent. And that's why, we are doing more of the anti-inflammatory diet as well. But it's just like, who knows, maybe some of the changes you're making, you're going to end up, postponing or turning off that this disease ever turns on in you. And
I like that.
That's amazing, right? Like, that's motivation. Like, I will not, have this autoimmune disease, just because my mom had it or my grandmother. That's how I feel about arthritis. Start to feel, that achiness, and I'm just like, no, I'm going to, and I know that I have to do something different. My husband and I, we went to eat somewhere. We're like, man, like when you're in your 40s, it's different, right? You're like, can you give me something like healthy but delicious, but not a salad? And it's like the way you order, what actual restaurant experience is so different from when you're in your 20s, right? Esther, you remember how you were eating?
Every day.
Yeah. I mean, right now I gotta give myself a pat on the back, Nicole, because I gotta get better and like quantity wise, but I yesterday my family came over, and my husband barbecued for us and stuff. But I was very proud. I was like, I told him I'm not eating red meat. I don't want red meat. And I had like a little piece of chicken, but I had a big old bowl of salad, and then I had to roast all the vegetables, like on the barbecue, like roasted peppers, asparagus. Oh man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it tastes really good. Like, why wouldn't I just have started this a long time ago so I could have gotten my taste? It's because, like, Merle says, like, our palate sometimes is not as expanding. Like, so that's why a lot of stuff we're like, ooh. But if you accustom it little by little and you add stuff into it, it just tastes weird at first. But then, you know, it's our palates, our taste palates are so little. Like whereas in, like, a lot of European, a lot of Asian, like a lot of, you know, their palates are more open because they have more spices in their meals. So so I think that's just one of the issues we got. Yeah, I mean, 20s girl, we got those alcapurrias when we were in Puerto Rico.
I know. Tacos, all this. But you know what I tell myself? I ate it really good. And I'm done with that, you know. Now I have to take care of myself and eat differently. But at least we got to eat it, right? We enjoyed it.
Now we gotta recognize that we gotta be better at not eating it. Well, like, you know, I was like, maybe if I have it once a year, it's like it's a little treat. But once a year, not once a week. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. It was funny because this year that for the last holiday that came, I told my mom, I'm like, I'm not eating meat, Mom. So if you could make me pasteles without the meat, and she was just like, you want me to put tofu? And I was like, it sounds tempting, but no. So she put everything else except the meat. Yeah. So I didn't have the full meat experience, but I had like the vegetables and everything else and the flavor from Mom's house, right?
That love.
Yes. So that made the difference for me. It was not the same. I think this year I'm going to work on a recipe where instead of the carne cerdo, the pork, that I have jackfruit.
Yes.
Because a lot of people are using jackfruit for tacos, for like so many different recipes, and it absorbs the flavor. So I'm going to do it this year with jackfruit.
Nice. Let us know. Let us know. That's exciting.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Nicole. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
Likewise.
Yes, for those that are still here, thank you so much. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're here for you. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments, reach out to us. We're here for you to support you on your journey of being happy, healthy moms, and just put yourselves first. Put your body first. Listen to yourself when it's saying it's time to breathe.
Yes. Fuel your body, because when you put in your body, that's your fuel. And that's how your body's going to react to it. That's what Nicole says, that we have a decision to make what we turn on and turn off.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. We're in control.
Dr. Nicole, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, everybody. Peace, love, and
harmony.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.